Hey everyone, it's Dr. Dan, president of the Functional Aging Institute, here with my buddy, fellow Bears fan, Robert Linkul of Be Stronger Fitness. We have been talking all things Last Dance since we've been enjoying the Michael Jordan series. So if you're not a Michael Jordan fan, sorry, this interview is not for you. No. So Robert is speaking at the 6th Annual Functional Aging Summit. He spoke at the 4th annual and the 5th annual. So he's a late comer to the party, but that's all right. He's loving it. So Robert, just give us kind of a quick overview. We've got two things to talk about. So your pre-conference session with Dr. Evan Osar and your summit session. Give us a brief overview of why someone should attend the Functional Aging Summit if the only session they hear is yours.
Well, that's a great question. Every session I teach and that Evan and I get to work together as well, the main outcome that we want people to come away with is I have something that I can implement instantly. We don't want you to have to decipher a whole bunch of stuff. We want it to be, simple and easy and applicable right away. So with that in mind, the two most common things that I get questions from other trainers on is how do I select exercises for older adults, and then how do I not hurt them while we're doing it? So that's going to be kind of our primary focus in the pre-con. We're going to go joint by joint, knee and ankle, hip and back, shoulder, neck, and elbow, wrist, hand. So four categories breakdown, one every hour. And we're going to dive into a limitation via Evan with a corrective, and then a resistance training exercise on the backside of that will help address that limitation or that missing link. And we're going to do that for like 8 or 10 limitations at each of these major areas. And we've already got these grids and these packets made up. Like it's going to be really, really cool. We've spent so much time putting this together. We get on a live document together and we're just typing away, and I'm seeing what he's doing, and I'm putting my feedback on the backside of that. And I'm like, these match up good. And so we put a lot of effort into making this. We're super proud of it. We're excited to have people see it. And basically you're going to walk away with 4 sheets of grid that will just help you troubleshoot every bit of these limitations that you're going to experience with people. And then in my personal session, my summit session, we're going to kind of piggyback off of one of the webinars I did with you guys earlier, which you can see on the website with FAI, where we kind of looked at the research and the limitations that arthritis offers to people, and then how great resistance training can be for that. Now it's time to look at all the exercises. So we're going to go again, movement by movement pattern. Go through all those. I'm going to give anywhere from like 5 to 8 options of each one. And then I call it rigging. It's like slight little modifications to each exercise that will make it just a little bit more comfortable, a little less painful, a little bit more, in a sense where we can work with the limitation, be it some other joint, but mostly from the arthritic component. We can still work with it and make improvements, because the second that we try to work around it, we're no longer addressing the problem. And if you're looking at everything, in comparable muscular qualities, I don't want to just drop off something and work around that because I don't feel like aggravating my client. You know what I mean? So that's the main reason they've come, or that's one of the biggest limitations that we're going to field from them. I want to provide answers and direction on how to do that. So we have a lot of stuff to cover. I'm going to show you upwards of 50 videos, maybe a little bit more. I mean, there's a lot in there. And in 50 minutes, I'm just going to plow through those and give you as many examples, as many options as we can with pretty limited equipment. So you don't need a whole lot of specialized stuff, and try to use what's commonly found in a gym, and give you as many opportunities to learn about those pieces as you can.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to ask. So for trainers now who are realizing, hey, this whole virtual training thing is probably the new normal for several months, right? I mean, I don't know where you're at watching this interview, if you're open, if you're thinking about reopening, if you're allowed to reopen. But regardless of that, odds are you're going to be training clients virtually for several months, even when you do get to reopen. So your pre-con with Evan and your individual session, are you going to give some thought, tips, and sort of ability to take all these strategies and use them in the virtual world?
Absolutely. Yeah. The intention is that we can do this with not minimal equipment, but common equipment is what I should say. And in most cases, those individuals are going to have access to mini bands, super bands, like the 39 to 41 inch bands, hopefully a door anchor, and some dumbbell variations. And if we have that, for the most part, I think we're going to be able to do the majority of these. I'll give you 70% of what we're going to do is going to be focused on polling actions. So anchors and bands are going to be a huge part of that. And I think those are two target areas, different polling actions, and then different transferring abilities, different ways to move with weight are going to be two of the bigger targets that we're going to address. But we'll definitely look at it from the standpoint of, at least give you a couple that you can do virtually with a client with minimal or selective equipment at home, but also some great options when you do get back to the gym, things open up and you've got some options now to move forward. You'll have some very good things to introduce with them.
Yeah.
Hit the ground running when they come back.
Yeah, I think that's critical. I think, one, it's why you need to attend the Functional Aging Summit online, because I think some people are like, well, if I can't be there live in person, well, guess what? Your clients aren't going to be able to be live in person with you in your studio. And some clients are going to choose not to do that, I think, for several months for a variety of reasons. So you need to be learning live online with us, but you also need to be able to adapt. And so take these strategies that these guys are teaching you and do them virtual, do them live, in person, and in some cases we're gonna have to do both, right? We're gonna have some clients who are like, I'll come to the gym once a week, right? But I think some of them are gonna enjoy staying home for a while, right? But they've almost gotten spoiled and shifted. Yeah. So, Robert, since I've got you, I want you to close with sort of your one thought on how you have transitioned to the bunker. I know you've been training clients from home and you're in your bunker right now. So just kind of tell us how that's gone for you. I know you're like almost 2 months at it now, training from home. Give us some insights into that and maybe your thoughts for the future when you reopen, what it's going to look like.
We made a super quick switch. We were closed at noon and we opened at 10 p.m. that day. With the online training component and had, zero of it prepped. We had ideas on paper. So yeah, my wife and I, mostly her, she crushed it and built a website and got us up and running. And we started streaming workouts from our garage and it looked terrible. We had bikes and, laundry and all this stuff in the background. And so after 2 weeks, we're just like, we have to invest and make this bunker legit. And so we stripped the garage and finished the walls and got it painted and put in a squat rack. And now it looks like a real gym, and we're pumped to have a home gym environment, but also to have a studio that we can film from, that we can stream from, because this is going to be a permanent part for us. We are going to continue to offer classes virtually online and training online. And we've had a decent reach. We have clients in Florida and in South Carolina and Georgia and Canada, Colorado. We've picked up clients from across the country here that could not participate in what we offered before, and now they can. Yeah. So we have an investment package of stuff they have to get, as we talked about, the bands and the anchors, that kind of stuff, but built from that. We're doing really well with it. So upon getting back to the gym, we've got some really good standards we're looking to incorporate. They're all over on our Facebook and our Instagram too, if anybody wants to see that. We have 250 square foot rectangles in the gym. We have 8 of them. So everybody's got their own space, their own equipment. Everything's sanitized. We're doing touchless temperature taking coming in, wash hands in and out. We've got alcohol sprays to spray on all the equipment and sit for 10 minutes in between sessions, all by appointment only. We have health surveys before they come in and make sure they're not feeling sick. They're not having, they don't have any issues or a cough, anything like that. They can wear their, masks, those kinds of things if they want to. We're not advising that, but we're taking every step, every measure we can think of to make sure that, it's going to be a safe, comfortable environment for them and that they're going to feel good about coming back. And we've probably got 20% of our clients that have said, even when you open, we're not going to come back right away. And I say, no worries. That's why we're doing this online. Yep. And had maybe 3% that said they're not coming back at all. And so we're going to continue on with the online with them, and hopefully things will ease up, and that might just be a reaction to how, things have been as intense as they've been. And hopefully, some months from now when everybody's kind of going to the movies again and being normal, that we'll get those folks back. But
so how many clients are you training that would never have trained with you, right? Because they're outside the Sacramento market. How many clients do you now have from around the country?
I'm going to say 8. I'm going to say 18 that we've added, from outside of that. And that includes some family members like Keegan's uncle, my parents. We've had some extra people that haven't been able to reach us. They'd come here and they do a couple workouts and be like, this is great. Wish I could find someone like this where I'm at. And I've just been so against the online version because I didn't really think we could do it all that well with older, populations. And then all of a sudden when you're forced to do it, it's like, better figure that out quick. And we did. We were like, okay, there's some stuff we have to have, and there's some parameters we got to go through, but we can do this. And it's been going really well. We have 120 clients, and we've got like 93 that converted online with us. And the other, 30, 25, whatever that is, we still keep in touch with them. And they're like, well, we'll be back when you open up, just online's not for them, or they're just not thinking about it right now. So.
Yeah, well, that's a great takeaway for people listening, thinking, what's it going to be like in the future? I mean, look, you've already added 18 new clients who you never would have added as a client before.
Absolutely.
Now that you've had to make the switch. And so no reason why you couldn't add another 18 over the next 6 months and another 18.
We haven't even marketed it yet.
Right,
Just been word of mouth, that kind of stuff. We're still developing, our landing page where we can get through a DocuSign type of system where it's all quick and easy. This is all being done in a Zoom meeting where we scan it and send it. I mean, it's, we got to get our systems together to be able to branch that out to brand new people. So yeah, I mean, that's a great future plan for us, but we really want to make sure it's clean and looks good to do that.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, thanks for speaking at the summit again this year and for your pre-con.
Part of it. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're excited for it. So thanks again.
Yes, sir. Thank you. My pleasure. Bye, everybody.